Greetings from the Casa de Single Wide News Studios. Leroy, your humble reporter at your service. Well, the Grammy Awards was just a couple of days ago, and hold on, you see, this is really going to surprise you. They got an all-time low viewership at 6.9 million. That was down from their next lowest viewership, which was last year, where they had over twice as many people watching. So it was down by over 50% from their last all-time low. I think the artist, should we call them that? I think it's Lil Baby or something. Anyway, he did a song that was supposedly to illustrate the death of Rayshard Brooks in Atlanta. Well, in the song, this guy got out of the car politely, laid on the ground politely. They started to cuff him. He got up and run, and the cops shot him. It's not exactly what happened. Rayshard Brooks was in a Wendy's drive-thru, passed out in the drive-thru. They couldn't get him awake. The employees there couldn't get him awake. A cop came, and eventually another cop came for backup. They got him awake, had him move his car off into a parking space, and talked to him for a little bit. Well, his story was all over the place. No, let me go to my sister. She just lives right up here. No, she didn't. No, she didn't live anywhere close. He's supposedly in town for his mom's funeral. No, that wasn't true either. Everything he said was a lie. He was out on parole due to the Wu flu, and he didn't want to go back to prison. So anyway, he was drunk as a skunk and probably high too. Don't know. Never saw the toxicology reports, but he was hammered. So anyway, they started to handcuff him. He proceeds, as soon as they touch his hand, he turns around and starts beating the crap out of the cops. Well, one of the cops tried to tase him, and in the struggle, he grabbed the other cop's taser gun. I think it was a 2-shot taser gun. So he takes off running after beating the crap out of these two cops. One of them was pretty much down for the count. The other one takes off after him. Well, the cop that was chasing him had the other cop's taser that only had one shot in it. Well, he tried using that and missed. And Rayshard Brooks was doing what's known as a tactical retreat. He was running, then he was turning around and shooting. And he shot at the cop, actually hit the cop, I think, with one of the prongs of the taser. And the policeman was out of ammunition in the taser. Now, let me make something clear. A taser, especially when somebody is running, is a deadly weapon, because you lose control of all your bodily functions. You're running, and there's been several people killed like this. They're running, they get shot with the taser. They can't even put their hands down to stop their face from bashing into the pavement. Now, this policeman's got an armed and dangerous individual that's shooting at him with a deadly weapon, and according to Atlanta and the state of Georgia, that is a deadly weapon. The policeman returned fire, shot Mr. Brooks, tried to give assistance, first aid, got an ambulance there. Anyway, the guy died. So, and of course, the George Kirby violence was going on. Thank you, Nancy. And they burned down the Wendy's. They were already burning down, the rest of Atlanta anyway. So, I mean, why are you there? Go ahead and burn down the Wendy's too. People are Just stupid. Anyway, so they glorified the riots. They finished it off. Looked like the guy was standing on top of a convenience store, an AutoZone or something. They didn't have a name on it, but it was on fire, and he's singing his little song. And there was also a Cardi B. I didn't actually watch this mess. I've seen little clips of it. Enough to know I'm glad I wasn't one of the 6.9 million that tuned in. Cardi B did her song WAP, which is, I don't think I'm allowed to say it on here. Wet butt libtard, I don't know. You can work it out anyway. If you're interested, I'm sure you can find the song and the lyrics. Anyway, it pretty much glorified lesbian sex. It was a basically soft porn. So, people sitting there with their kids, it's not, I don't care what adults do with each other. I don't care. I'm not, and I don't think I think I watched one Academy Awards about 20 some odd years ago because the woman I was with at the time liked the Academy Awards. And I could have cared less, but it was on, I watched it. There was nothing else to do. I wasn't impressed, and I haven't watched any of the other award shows. So anyway, Bill Burr, the comedian, was apparently announcing some of these people that were getting awards and so on and so forth. He's a comedian, so he makes fun of stuff, so of course he's canceled. Sarah Silverman, who I don't know if it was there or not, side note, she's a comedian, and she has left the Democratic Party. That's not, she didn't go running to the Republican Party, but she left the Democrat Party because cancel culture, they're the, there's no wiggle room. You've got to be this way, you will be this way, you will not say anything that deviates from what we say you can say, or you're excommunicated. It's like the Catholic Church of old, without any sense of morality whatsoever, excommunicating people, and you're not allowed to talk to them, you're not allowed to talk about them, so on and so forth and etc. It's like the new Puritan Party. And I didn't want anything to do with the Puritans when they were running the right side of things, and I don't want anything to do with the Puritans now that they're running the left side of things. You're an adult. You got your free speech, and the consequences thereof, be they good or bad. But to ruin people's careers over something that they say, especially when it's 20, 30 years ago, or like Dr. Seuss 100 plus years ago, they don't care. They're going to put you by their standards of today, and that's all you got. Retroactively, even when to the stuff that they themselves were accepting 30, 40 years ago. It's a crazy mess. Anyway, I'm glad to see that the Grammys' popularity is falling fast, because the best thing about the Grammys this year is pretty much nobody was watching. Well, God bless you everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very, very soon.